application. So last time we had a spreadsheet with our server data. Let's pull that up. Okay, so remember we had the items on each of the three servers, and we calculate the liquidity ratio on each one. Our servers were Bailgun, Akama, and Crush Ridge. These are three separate economies we're dealing with. And each silk cloth, that was the item we dealt with, the silk cloth, it has a different price on each server. So you can see on Belgum it had 1 gold, 14 silver was the price. Akama, it was 3 gold and 95 silver, so the most expensive. Then Crush Ridge, which had a 1G 13 silver price. Remember, in the World of Warcraft economy, treat gold kind of as the dollars and silver as the cents. So what this application needs to do is it needs to provide us with the cheapest item to buy and the most expensive item to sell. So what we want at the end of the run of this application is basically we want to buy a Crush Ridge silk cloth for 1G 13 silver. And it might round it to 1G. And we want to sell on the Alchema server for 3 gold, 95 silver. Now, this app, it rounds off the silver price, but it's going to be good enough for us to determine. It's gonna tell us these are basically good buys. It's gonna say buy these for 1 gold, and it's gonna say to sell on Akama. It's gonna tell us we need to buy the silk cloth in the Bagon and Crush Ridge for around 1 gold and sell on Akama for around 3 gold, yielding a profit. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this app. It's going to web scrap these 3 servers through worldofwarcraftauction.com. And it's going to tell us we need to buy from the 2 servers and sell on Crush Ridge. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to separate the lowest priced silk cloths and the highest priced silk cloths and display it on this application so profits can be made. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and just sit back and watch. We're going to set the liquidity ratio to filter out all, there's not going to be any filtering out. We want all liquidity above or below 1 to display. So I'm going to set the liquidity ratio filter to 1. If I set it to 0, all these results would be filtered out because they would be greater than the liquidity filter I'm setting. Since I'm setting it to 1, the liquidity filter is not going to activate, but we might do an example after of the liquidity filtering everything out. But let's go ahead and get started. So liquidity ratio is going to be 1. We don't want it to filter out any of these results right here. And we're going to start adding our items. So region, we said it was the United States, so US. And server. Well, we're going to be doing 3 servers, so we need to check mark the multiple server scan mode because we're doing multiple servers in one go. So I'm going to check mark this. We're going to add our servers. So our server list was Balgam, Akama, and Crush Ridge. So I'm going to go ahead and add these. Balgam, Akama, and Crush Ridge. So right now I'm storing these servers into an array, which is going to be iterated through during the scanning process. Okay, so we have our servers lined up. Now our faction will, in the previous video, we looked them up on the Alliance faction. You can see right here. All the servers were done on Alliance side. In World of Warcraft, they have a Alliance, which is the good, and they have the evil, who compete against each other. But don't worry too much about that detail. All of our items were based on the Alliance economy. So we're going to go ahead and do an Alliance for the faction. We're not filling anything in here because we're doing multiple server scan mode. So we've already listed our list of servers. Now the ID, remember our ID? That was this thing right here, 4306. So we'll just put 4306. And our liquidity ratio is already set. So now we can run the app. I have to start the servers. So coming back into Eclipse. This is a distributed application, a distributed system, 2 servers. Our risk server is for filtering criteria. So this takes care of our liquidity ratio filtering. It won't be filtering in this case because our liquidity ratio is 1 and all of our liquidity is below 1. The risk server filters by what is greater than what is listed in the liquidity ratio. And I'll be going into more detail about that in the next video, my more technical video, but for general, we're not going to get into all that. So this is just one of our risk factors, the liquidity ratio. So let's go ahead and start the risk server. Okay, and we'll start the main app, which is our just our server. I'm going to proceed. Okay, so this is going to scan the 3 entries, the 3 servers, and it's going to display. So what did we determine earlier? Well, we determined through the spreadsheet, if I can find it. So the most expensive silk cloth was on the Akama server. So we should be buying from the cheap servers, aka Bagam and Crush Ridge, and selling on Akama. So what this app is going to do is it's going to take all 3 of these entries and it's going to determine which ones should be bought and which ones should be sold. So Crush Ridge and Bagam obviously are the ones that should be bought. And then we should transfer those characters to the Akama server and sell both silk cloths for 3G95 silver. This will yield pretty significant profit. Taking one item from one economy and selling it on a different economy. So let's see this app calculate this. So we're going to begin. So hit the scan and the logic's going to play out. So I'll put our Eclipse console up. See, it's going to scrap the data and just give it a minute. You see it's communicating with the RIS server via sockets, and we'll be going into more detail about that in the next video. But for now, let's just let this thing process the results. So we have a lot of Java code and Unix shell scripts and Python scripts running in the background, all called by the program. But okay, it's done processing. So you can see it's telling us we need to buy on Crush Ridge and sell on Akama. So let's look at the Excel spreadsheet again. So yeah, Crush Ridge, it had the cheapest silk cloth, 1G13 silver. So it's telling us we need to buy on Crush Ridge. And then we need to sell it on Akama, not Balgam. Balgam doesn't yield the highest profit. Akama does. So you need to buy it on Crush Ridge for 1 gold, 13 silver, and sell it on Akama. And we see the servers listed there. And you can get 3 gold, 95 silver. Now my app, it rounds it to 3. I didn't take into account silver. Silver, but serves the general purpose. It's just the logic I'm trying to display here. Buy low on Crush Ridge, sell high on Akama. Profit made 2 gold according to this app, although it's technically 3G 95 cents minus the 1G 13 silver. I'm not going to do that calculation right now, but it's pretty easy. So I hope this gives a good introduction to my app. What we've done here is we've web scrapped a World of Warcraft auction database between 3 economies and found the lowest priced object in one economy and the highest selling price in a different economy. And this app gave the recommendations to where we should buy and where we should sell. I hope this makes sense to everyone. This is only the general overview of the application. I'll be going into more technical detail about the distributed system behind all this. Thank you for watching.